What's going on, Guardians? Mangumson here, bringing you another Destiny 2 video. Today we have Echoes launching June 11th, and we're going to be talking about the Breach executable weapons. You can get the new Vex themed weapons. So if you want to know what I think the God Rolls are, we're going to look at the traits, but I'm going to go over the God Rolls of what I think, and we're going to start with the Corrasion. So the Corrasion, all these weapons here are craftable, mind you. So the Corrasion is going to be the poor man's version of the Insidious. Now, I say poor man's version of it because we haven't had a weapon like Insidious besides Disparity. So if you like Disparity, you're probably going to like Insidious. And it's got that heavy burst mode to it. So you're going to want to, right off the bat, go with Arrowhead Break. You're going to go with Steady Rounds. In my experience of using these type of weapons, you need some sort of utility with it that brings something else to the table that the Insidious does not have. So here you're going to see that I clicked on Pugilist and Swashbuckler. Now Pugilist, when you have it, it will increase its handling once you activate it. So if you're using this with an art kit, mind you, of what the gun is being used for. If you're using it with an art kit, you may be thinking, oh, I'll go with Perpetual Motion, or I'll go with something else. But two strong options here that I'm going to think is going to be the Eddy Current, because it just got a buff. So temporarily increase the reload speed and handling after sprinting, or while amplified, this effect is improved when you are amplified. So when you are amplified, if we're adding Eddy Current, and we are amplified, the reload speed goes up to 96. But when you are not amplified, it's going to go back to its regular 36. So Eddy Current is going to be really good for the weapon. But the Pugilist, you may get more agency out of it with, depending on if you're a Titan and depending on if you're a Hunter. If you're a Warlock, you're probably not using Corrasion. You're probably using some other sort of gun, maybe a Sweet Sorrow, maybe you're using the exotic auto rifle, which you're going to get more legs out of anyway, versus a Titan or a Hunter, which the Eddy Current or the Pugilist will have more. So I mean, gun to my head, I go Eddy Current with it being enhanced. And then I would still go with the Swashbuckler trait, because when the weapon gets kills, you're going to get melee. When melee kills and regular kills, you're going to get damage increase from it. But if we go with the Hunter, we have the Liar's Handshake, we have the Assassin's Cowl, we have the new Hunter exotic called the Gifted Conviction. Now, why do I bring Gifted Conviction into this? Is when you use the Tempest and you're able to jolt the enemies and basically get them weak while you're falling back down to the ground, you can follow up with that melee hit, and that's where Swashbuckler is going to come into effect at. Now, I like pairing this with the Pugilist only because, well, you have two things that go hand in hand. If we were to say, if we went Air Trigger with High Ground, hand in hand, or if we went Perfect Float into Focus Fury, so the Perfect Float would, being in combat, you get airborne effectiveness and reduces your flinch. So you're not really going to flinch with this too much, but again, I'm just using apples to apples here. I don't think Volt Shot is going to be the way to go. There's the Raid Bow that you're really going to want if you want a true Volt Shot experience, because the Volt Shot with the bow basically is a Trinity Ghoul. It's a legendary Trinity Ghoul. So again, I'm going to go Eddy Current with Swashbuckler. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so next is the Aberrant Action. Now, the Aberrant Action is a solar sidearm, which is the rocket-propelled version of sidearm. So it's got it's Eidetic Kindness is the call. It's a sidearm a lot of people be going for. A lot of people don't like using sidearms. I say it takes a lot of skill to utilize a sidearm, or if you're a shotgun user, you'd probably think it takes no skill at all to use a shotgun, because that's your counter is a sidearm in shotgun in shotgun fights. So we're going to be looking at here is hard launch, high velocity rounds. We have the heel clip with incandescent. Now that is good, but it does have the ambitious assassin. It does have the beacon rounds, right? It does have pugilist, and it also has strategist. So why do I bring up the other stuff if it has heel clip incandescent? Heel clip incandescent, it's going to be synergies with I want to say it's one of those solar fragments that you can get that grants you more ability energy back once you utilize it, once you use it. So the heel clip incandescent is going to be a fan favorite for most, but I would encourage you to try something else. And I would go with ambitious assassin incandescent. I would go with beacon rounds incandescent. I would even go with, say, beacon rounds golden tricorn, or beacon rounds with harmony. Now, beacon rounds states final blows with this weapon grant your projectiles tracking, dealing further damage extended duration. Now, if you have beacon rounds on with a damage increasing perk, you're going to get a lot more legs out of this, such as if you do beacon rounds with swashbuckler. Now, on a warlock, if you're utilizing when it does the hand and the fireballs come out, right? I want to say it's like celestial fire. So celestial fire comes out, it does the tracking, it does the hits, it starts to scorch them. And then you clean them up with beacon rounds. Okay, cool. Now, or you shoot them with the Aberrant Action, and then you get the kill with your celestial fire. Now you have swashbuckler maxed out, you have increased damage, and then either way it goes, you're playing one way or the other to where the weapon gets the kill and gets the overall buff, or the melee gets the kill and then you get a buff from that. Usually if you're doing melees, you're going to be radiant anyway. So the Aberrant Action is going to be one that you're going to want to get. All right, next up on the list is going to be the Chronophage. Now, the Chronophage is a trace rifle. It's void. I wanted to say a trace, a void. I wanted to be like put trace rifle and void together in the same sentence. It is a void trace rifle. Nothing special. We've had void trace rifles in the past, and this one's not looking any much different. If you like void trace rifles, you're gonna like this one. It does have the repulsor brace, the destabilizing rounds. So I mean, that's cool. It has the desperate measures on there. The only thing that I'm gonna say with this one is, I mean, I'd probably go repulsor brace destabilizing rounds. I don't use trace rifles that much, or if at all. I don't even like being the div user in a raid unless I have to be. That's how much I don't like using trace rifles. So to use this one over the craftable one that you already have, I really don't see the big point of this one. It does have the whole radiolarium trait here, the radiolaria transposer, I guess, but it activates after a kill. The trace rifle is good for mowing down ads. So what I would have wanted on this weapon is something like Enlightened Action Precision Instrument, or Attrition Orbs, Enlightened Action, something that deals with the precision side of trace rifles, so that this isn't just a cooler looking version of the void trace rifle that I already have. So alright, next we have the Faith Keeper. Now the Faith Keeper is one of those weapons that you're not going to go for anyway. You're not going to want to use it. It has really nothing going for it as far as like go craft this right now. This is a good precision void weapon. It's not that. This isn't that weapon. Think of it like this. Palmyra B. Yeah, you probably know Palmyra B. You don't use that either. I think I have Palmyra B crafted. I like the Hawkeye breeches. I don't use it though. I don't. is there's so many other void options out there. What would have made this good? What would have made the Faithkeeper rocket launcher something for the ages that would have put it above the rest? Maybe bipod in the third column with beacon rounds. Not beacon rounds. Let's see. Lasting impression with bipod, maybe like over here, something like that. Or double damage perks, explosive light with lasting impression in column, like just double it up. I really don't see people really going after this weapon and thinking that it's any good. It's not good. It's not good. So if you get it as a random drop, I mean, sorry, legendary shards are gone, but overall, this ain't it. This ain't it. Now we have the Ill Omen. Now the Ill Omen sword is one to really go for. It's got a lot of legs to it, right? When I say that, it's got a lot of legs to it. It's going to take you places. This is a caster frame stasis weapon. If you miss the Zephyr, you didn't miss much when you get the Ill Omen. So the Ill Omen can do relentless strikes with cold steel, and it's a caster frame, stasis caster frame, mind you. And you have the sword stuff in the first and the 2 column. Again, you can see what I have here loaded up. We have Enduring Blade, we have Swordmaster's Guard, but the relentless strikes with the cold steel. The cold steel powered sword hits slow targets. Okay, that's cool. The caster frame is going to cast out. It's going to slow the target, and if the target is eventually slowed enough, then the target is going to shatter. So when the target shatters, this kind of dips into our artifact. Let me look into it to see what's it called. All right, so we have Creeping Chill. So Creeping Chill on the artifact states that stasis weapon final blows against slowed or frozen targets release a burst that slows. So again, we're doing double the slow. Is that enough to say that, like, oh, okay, well, creeping, is that enough to say that the Ill Omen is worth going for? Okay, cool. So let's think about it this way. We have the Overcharged Armory. We have Logic Reducer. We have the Logic Reducer, that's what I was looking for. So the Logic Reducer, weapons with the Radial Area Transporter, Ordnance perk, deal increased damage to Vex, extends the duration of the Radial Area pools created by a Radial Area Transporter. This is going to be, it's not a DPS monster. If it was going for DPS, it probably would be a Cold Steel Vorpal weapon, and that would have been slow with extra damage, or something like that. But is it going to be an ad clearing sword for once? Like, what is that one? The Ergo Sum? The new exotic sword that we have going out here now. The Cold Steel Relentless Strikes on the Ill Omen. If you wanted to use a caster frame, this is gonna be it. The trait of Volt Shot or whatever needs to be like Cold Steel. It needs to be better. It just needs to be better, because the caster frames from back in the day, you cast it and it would create like a lightning explosion at the area of effect. That's what kind of made it good, is that you could do your strikes, and if ads were coming around you, you kind of casted out your frame. That little lightning storm would go around and clear out some ads while you continue to do what you do. Or you cast it on the boss, it does the extra damage. You get what I'm saying? Volt Shot ain't what we had back in the past when it came to that area of effect lightning damage. Ill Omen caster frame sword, you're gonna hate yourself if you missed it. You're going to. It's too good not to put in your arsenal, and you're probably gonna need something like this on one day. So yeah, get Ill Omen. Now, Lost Signal has been making the rounds ever since I want to say Houndish put out a little video. He ended up getting the Lost Signal, and people were just like, whoa, that is a legendary version of what is that thing called? I don't even have it in my inventory. the one that makes the Taken Blights. You know what I'm talking about. It's an exotic breach launcher. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I clearly don't use it because it's not in my inventory. But it's a legendary version of that. Is it good? It's okay. It's aesthetically pleasing looking. It is first of its kind of deal, and this is the gateway into better area of denial launchers. It didn't come out. It's not coming out as strong as Marty. Marty came out the gate. If you don't know what Marty is, it's a wave frame. I want to say it's out. You can get it now. It's Maker's Martyr, or I think it's called that. But it's a wave breach load grenade launcher, solar, and it did a wave of flame. It did a good amount of damage. It's one of the reasons Bungie ended up nerfing some of the special weapons, because Marty comes out strong as a wave frame solar grenade launcher. If you've used a wave frame solar grenade launcher, that's not the exotic one, because that one's kind of bananas to be so weak for it being an exotic. The lost signal is Marty. It's the gateway to better things. The ignition code was the gateway to better grenade launchers of that type. You get what I'm saying? There's always a beginning, and then there's an after effect of the legendary weapons that come before it. Lost signal is our gateway to the arc version of a aerial denial weapon. Think of it like this: if we were to get lost signal in arc form with the Radiolaria Transporter perk, and it had Volt Shot with it, would you use it? You would. Or take away Volt Shot, the better version. We go with Chain Reaction, Area of Effect Denial, Chain Reaction, Auto-Leading Holster, or Ambitious Assassin with the Radiolarian perk. We will feel like we're shooting Vex pools everywhere. So this is why Lost Signal came out the way it did, with it being stasis, and they didn't give it headstone, they didn't give it cold steel, they didn't even create its own perk for it freezing enemies. Chill clip would have been good. There we go, chill clip. If it had chill clip, it'd break the game. It'd absolutely break the game. In area of effect denial, chill clip, Radiolarian pool, you freeze the enemy. Any minor enemy that gets destroyed by it ends up making an explosion. Put that with creeping chill from the artifact. You just have a lot of you have a lot of ingredients for chaos, but they didn't give it chill clip because they knew what it would do. Let's say chill clip, auto-loading holster, Radiolarian pool on the Lost Signal God Roll. You'd want it. But let's talk about what we got. It's going to be dealer's choice at the end. At the end, what are you using it for? And I got reverberation on mine. I have a reverberation auto-loading holster. It's not that great. It's not that great. I'd rather have or craft a Vorpal weapon or One for All. Or I would have to go with, I think that's about all I would go for. Reverberation isn't really doing anything at mass. Or I wouldn't even say demolitionist. It's not killing things fast enough for you to really lean into it doing anything for you like that. High ground it's notable. It's there. But if I'm jumping up and shooting a grenade launcher, I'm going to want it to do something when it hits the enemy instead of tickle them a lot. And that's what it does. It does a lot of tickling. It looks cool, but I'm waiting on the next version of it. You know what I mean? I'm waiting on the next version. Next, we have the Sightline Survey. Sightline Survey hand cannon. Now we're getting into territories where people don't even use these types of weapons. People don't use 180s like that. There's a niche amount of people who use 180 hand cannons, and I'm one of them. I like 180 hand cannons. I want to say Word of Crota. If I had one of those, I really like that. A crafted, I want to say it's Prosperity. I want to say it's called the Prosperity. Let me look. Yeah, it is the Posterity, or is it Posterity, whatever. That one's a good one too. I like that one. I got a roll that you can't get anymore. I want to say it's like I want to say it's Unrelenting Reconstruction. You can't get that one no more. I can't craft it. If I get rid of it, I can't get it anymore. So that one's good. But this one's interesting. This one's interesting as a 180 hand cannon, as it can do the keep away. Now, why is everyone's always on keep away's back? Everyone's on keep away head seeker, keep away this, keep away that. If you're in a gunfight and you're fighting a 140, a 120, a pulse, a scout, you're at range. They're not within 15 meters. If they're within 15 meters of you, you've probably been shotgunned and you're dead anyway. So why is keep away good? Keep away is good because it helps out the weapons that need the extra help. And 180s need all the help they can get. I know because I used the Ikelos 180 Void hand cannon in PvP. And trust me, the first 10 or 15 matches with the thing, it probably ended up matching me with less better opponents because I did so bad. But keep away is going to help out the reload range and accuracy. That's all the things a 180 needs, all of them, the whole shebang. And then I tried to think of what would help it do more for the TTK. Opening shot's good because in a gunfight you're going to want those opening shots to open up the fight more for fighting an opponent. Now, keep away with Encore. Encore is a kill activated perk, so you need something on the front end in order to combat something on the back end. Again, Desperate Measures is a kill activated perk. You can get a kill with the ability, but they've really slowed down abilities in PvP. So I'm going in with Sightline Survey, PvP, PvE. I really want both sides of the coin. So keep away is probably going to give me the best advantage I got. If you're a skilled player with the 180, keep away is going to help out a lot. So Volt Shot, after I get the kill, I'm probably going to want to reload anyway. The enemy's dead. I can reload. I'm going to get the increased reload speed. And here, look at this. Look at keep away's reload speed when it actually activates. It gives me plus 10 range. It gives me, what is that, an extra plus 30, right? Oh, that's it. Yeah, plus 10, plus 30 reload speed. Keep away's fantastic. Keep away on a 180 is game changing for that. Now, would I want more handling with it? I would, and that's what the Masterwork's for. Masterwork handling, keep away, accurized rounds, Volt Shot. Now, you may be saying kill clip. Kill clip's 5 seconds for 25%. It's a kill activated perk. It's these kill activated perks that kills it for the Prosperity. So, not Prosperity, for the Sightline Survey, right? I like Prosperity that much. I'm just thinking about it. So yeah, keep away, Volt Shot. It's not going to be bad. You're not going to be counting on Volt Shot. It's just there to do something else. So, all right. Next we have the Speleologist. That's what I'm gonna call it. The Speleologist. Don't know if that's how you say it. Speleologist, whatever. Speleologist is people are going to sleep on it. People are going to sleep on it. You may be thinking, this thing's garbage. I don't want it. It's a machine gun. I don't like machine guns. It's got killing tally. I have a commemoration. Cool. But look at the roll on screen. Accurized rounds. Arrowhead break. Right. Let's go with a counterbalance. Get that up to 100. Then we're gonna do a. We don't even need the counterbalance. We can go backup mag. We can go backup mag, and we can even go with, let's see, appended mag, tactical mag, 107, 114, right? So let's go with the 114, right? Let's forget all about the range that we get there. So rapid fire, let's go with the 114 rounds with backup mag. Let's take off backup mag. Let's put on backup mag. That's what we got going here. Now deconstruction. Deconstruction is a poor man's reconstruction, right? So dealing sustained damage grants bonus damage against vehicles, constructs, and improved duration, and refunds ammunition. So dealing sustained damage grants bonus damage against vehicles, constructs, and an improved duration, and refunds ammunition. It will refund ammunition. If it refunded out of thin air, this would be absolutely broken. That's why they changed it, because this was coming. This was coming to the game. You may be thinking, well, I'll do target lock. You don't want target lock. You don't want it. You want this. You want the add clear machine for a machine gun. The deconstruction is going to help you put bullets down range. The incandescent is what's going to get you the add killing potential. You're going to go into an activity. You're going to run out of special, because it's probably your favorite special. You're going to need to pull out something. This is it. If you've ever used, what is it called? It's a void one. It's a void one. Retro Futurist. Yeah, Retro Futurist. Retro Futurist is one of the best rapid fires in the game. Or if you've used the Hammerhead, you probably got that from the Brave Arsenal. What did you need to use the Hammerhead for? For the most part, add clear. That's what it was for. You're putting down chunky targets. You're putting down chunkiest targets. It's probably for add clear. A good commemoration with rewind rounds. That's always tricky to say. It can put down bigger targets because it's got the rewind rounds, but it's add clear. Machine guns are add clear. Damage DPS is probably allocated to some type of good special weapon, some sort of good primary weapon. Outbreak Perfected, the new Strand Trace Rifle, linear fusion that goes into the primary slot. You have Cloud Strike. You have Sight, the new sniper rifle, whatever it's called, like Sight Hunt, I think it's called. Speleologist is going to be your best add clear. It's going to hold up to 114 rounds. You're going to put down a whole lot of targets, and you're going to be scorching them. You can't do too wrong with that. And then deconstruct is going to put ammo back into the magazine. What's going to get you a better reload speed? Not much, but I mean, just put it away. Just put it away. You're not really. If you want the reload speed, go into your boots, put on the reloader. So while you're doing other stuff, before you pull this back out to do add clear, put on that little reloader, let it reload over time. You're gonna have plenty of time to do that. Or you're going into a DPS phase. You want your add clear. You're doing all that while you pop your super. The boots are gonna be getting the gun back its ammo. So yeah, this one's good. Get this one. This one's one to chase. All right, next we have the Timewoven Wayfarer. The Timewoven Wayfarer scout rifle. I don't like scout rifles. I don't. There's only a few I like. Rapid fires, symmetry, precision ones such as, what's it called? Night Watch. Yeah, there's not a lot of them that I like. It was Night Watch. So the Night Watch is a 200 round per minute one. Hung Jury is okay. Not a fan of the 5 that I have. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know I have like 5 or 6 Hung Juries that they keep giving us. The Timewoven Wayfarer is going to be a sleeper. It is. It's going to be one of those that people are going to discount because no one's used scouts in a long time. They're not going to see it coming in Crucible. They're not. If you've ever been killed with a scout rifle in Crucible, Trax Post, Hung Jury, Night Watch, I can't really think of any other scouts that you're really going to be killed by in Crucible that people are using. If you get killed with a scout rifle at this point, I mean, that's probably memes. That's memes right there. People, they're just doing it just to do it. But look at this combination. I'm going to go over this combination here with you with the Timewoven Wayfarer. Timewoven Wayfarer, arrowhead break, steady rounds. Perfect. That the recoil direction could have been worse. to where you couldn't get this perfect combination here with the steady rounds and the arrowhead break. So that's good. You're going to be wanting to keep away. I know. Keep away again. Keep away helps out the scout. 120 scouts are the 180s of the scouts, like the 180 hand cannon. So the 180 hand cannons a lot of people don't use. The 120 scouts a lot of people don't use. They like to use the lightweight frames. They like to use the precision frames. They like to use the rapid fire frames. The 120 scout, the Timewoven Wayfarer. After this point here, keep away is going to be a staple on all 120s. I guarantee it. I guarantee that keep away is going to be in one of the two trait columns here for 120 scouts from this point forward, because it will help them out too much. It'll help them out too much. Reload speed, range, and accuracy. It needs up with all those. Look at that range, 52 range. I mean, that's probably because steady rounds, but keep away is going to help. Look at this. Look at that. That's respectable. A 62. Reload speed 74. Respectable, right? All these are respectable numbers with keep away. This is what I want you to know. And this is before that. This is before that. So whatever you're lacking in when you're using it, when you're using the Timewoven Wayfarer, the Timewoven Wayfarer could only be better if it had Thresh. Okay? Alright? No cap. If it had Thresh, this thing would be a monster. Right? Keep away Thresh. Imagine as a warlock. Imagine this as a warlock. You're using, what is that? What's that exotic? If you're a warlock, you know what exotic I'm talking about. It is, it's killing me that I can't think of it off the top of my head. Mantle of Battle Harmony. So, Mantle of Battle Harmony got a buff. It got a buff that the cooldown on the super gains got reduced to 0. Almost 0. I think 0.2. Before, it was like 2 whole seconds. 2 whole seconds before it actually triggered again. So you like get a kill, get another kill. So you get the Thresh, you won't get the Thresh. You get the Thresh, you won't get the Thresh. You know, it's been removed. 0.2 seconds. All right, almost instantaneous. What does that do for us? Keep away incandescent, right? Keep away incandescent. I know I have desperate measures on here. I'm looking to take this into PvP. That's why I want desperate measures. Incandescent, keep away. Heal clip incandescent. You're not, I mean, to the pain, cool. You're probably not going to get any better than this. Enhanced. Look at it. Look at that. Look at that. Keep away. It's too good. It's too good. Are you going to see me playing with this? Absolutely. It is a legendary Polaris Lance with less steps. Perfect 5th, fantastic. Last season, fantastic. This season, Timewoven Wayfarer. I guarantee you're gonna like it. You're gonna love it. If you like, I want to say it's called Transmigration. I want to say I don't like the gun. Let's go and say that it's called Transconfiguration. There we go. Transconfiguration. A garbage scout rifle of the 120s from last push rate. Fight me in the comments on it. It's not good. This one right here is what we've been waiting on. Something like this. Go get Timewoven Wayfarer. It's going to be good. So last but not least, we have the Veiled Threat. Now the Veiled Threat is the auto rifle of rapid fires craftable that we wanted. Kirat. If you're a Kirat lover, you're going to want this. This is what you've been waiting on. What can we do to make this gun better? What can we do? Let's look at it, because I don't think I added it, but this is the best we got. We wanted 100%. We wanted 100%, but we got the rapid fire frame activated. We got the loose change activated, right? Why loose change? Okay, wait. Loose change, applying an elemental debuff to a target increases the weapon's reload speed, aim assist, and movement while aiming down sights for a short time. Okay. Alright. So, what is not active, 50. when it is active, that when using stasis, any stasis class, what are you usually doing? Stasis is preemptive. Strand is more like preventative. Think of it that way. So stasis, if we're going to a gunfight, if I'm using a warlock and I'm using the rift that does the freeze wave, preemptive. If we're Titan and we're sliding and we're throwing out the shock wave of ice, preemptive. We plan the path, but we preemptively are using it to do what we needed to do. If you're a hunter, you throw out the glacial grenade that does the stacks of glacial things that come up and you do shatter dive. What's that? Preemptive. Or you're throwing a dust field grenade. You get what I'm saying? You're using a cold snap grenade with a warlock. You're using osmiomancy gloves to do the double breach. It's all preemptive. You're going to be debuffing with stasis, all right? So you're going to be debuffing. You're going to be slowing them down. Combine this with a hunter, with the blink, with the mask. The mask of Bacchus does the blink activation, slows the opponent if you have that fragment on. So loose change. Loose change is going to be active almost always. If you're utilizing this gun correctly, loose change is going to give you that reload speed, aim assistance, and handling. But what else can we do to it? What else can we do to fix that? So it's got 49 in the magazine. I would go with the 75. I'd go with the 75. I wouldn't go with the 90. It ain't too good. If you use blast furnace, 75 on a blast furnace is pretty good for the recoil direction. Let's go with the backup mag, right? We'll go with the backup mag, and then we're gonna want to go with the. You say range, right? No, we're not gonna go with range. We're gonna go with the stability. We're going to need the stability because we're going to want that precision headshot in order to activate headstone. Headstone with loose change, anything around the enemy that just died feeds back into loose change. Then you go and you clean up the kill again. Now, mind you, that enemy died. Headstone. What happened? Radiolaria transporter. They made a pool of radiolarium fluid, and you have stasis shatter. It's a great combination. So you get the headstone kill, you activate the radiolaria transporter. The radiolaria transporter destroys the headstone, slowing down enemies in the vicinity. What happens when that takes effect? Loose change activates again because you slowed more opponents. So now you still have the increased reload speed, aim assistant, and movement while aiming down sights. So again, what do you think is the best one? You're not going to do fragile focus. You're not going to get within enough range for that. Threat detector. If you need threat detector on this, you need an SMG. To the pain, taking damage, you're probably not going to live too long with this close-up weapon with taking that much damage. Strategist, it's a waste. That's a waste right there. Gunshot straight. Who do we think we are? Amit? No, we're not doing that. Moving target. It's not bad. Collective action. I don't know. Surrounded. You already did. Encore. You're not killing fast enough. Desperate measures. Stasis really don't have the kit for killing enemies with the dust field, the glacial grenade, the snap cold. Like I said, it's preemptive. It's not void. It's not solar. It's not arc. They're not really taking on the enemy like that with desperate measures. So, and your melee's not there either. You're basically going to freeze the enemy, or you're going to boop them with Titan Fist. You're just going to charge in and boop them. Headstone. Headstone's the way to go. So, there we go. Those are all the seasonal weapons for the breach activity. So, some things of note is going to be, again, this is the one you're going to want to craft in that way. If you need to, go back and see what my God rolls are for these specific weapons and which ones you want to avoid, which is going to only be the Chronophage. Then the timestamps should be in the description box below. So, again, thank you guys for watching this extremely long video on these weapons. And hanging out with me. Like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.